Okay, everybody, and welcome back to this segment of Let's Talk Life with Leticia Latrice. We're here at RadioPhoenix.org, and this is the Princess of Phoenix here with Miss Freedom. Hey, Miss Freedom.
Hey, blessings.
Yes, thank you for blessing us with your wisdom today, girl.
Equally yoked, queen. Equally yoked.
Yes. So
Just as full.
we were really getting into it last segment, just kind of about, self-love, self-healing. And there's a great quote that you put up here on IG, Instagram, and it says, "It takes a level of self-love, of dedication and determination to live your greatest life. So look within, look at every area of your life and ask yourself these questions. Am I on course? Am I growing mentally, emotionally, and spiritually? Anything that is blocking that? Anything that is preventing you from living your greatest life? Make the tough decision to let it go."
Mm-hmm.
I say. I feel I received that.
I received it when I posted it, queen.
Yes, and you were kind of last segment just getting into healing and letting people be in control of your emotions and your energy. And that's what I just want to kind of get into for this segment is, healing, being able to move forward. We were talking about the anecdote. We all know that people come from harsh backgrounds, financial struggles, divorce, molestation, so many life issues that people can experience. But what is the antidote to heal from that and to move forward to really live a life of true happiness?
Light.
Yes.
Light. We're so busy defining darkness. There is no defining lights. When you turn off the light, it's just dark. You know what I mean? So we have stories. We can add it to all the titles you just did, from molestation to divorce to, low income, whatever the case may be. Darkness is darkness. And the only thing that's going to break through darkness is light. And the only way to be the light is to fulfill yourself with light. You can't get the light from outside. We can hold a flashlight, but when the batteries go dead, guess what? It's back dark. But we have access to infinite source energy. It never dies out. Infinite source of knowledge, of spirit. One mind, one spirit, one heart. Our light never dies out. And as women, it dims. And our men too. I don't want to just pick us up. Our men, they have struggles too. And one of their biggest struggles, unfortunately, a lot of my ladies are going to be mad at us, but a lot of our men's struggles come from us. Because we have horrible mouths and we plant horrible seeds. And a man who loves you is going to listen to you. And then if we're planting those horrible seeds in them and then they act like monsters, how are we mad that the monster that we built is now showing up? Because we watered that, So we have to own that too. But more so on a humanistic level of speaking to us as homo sapiens, you know what I mean? We all need to know that light comes from within ourselves. We control it.
Yeah.
And that's the alchemy. That's the mastering life's energies right now, being in control. So my use is a mirror. If I'm the mirror, you can only reflect me. That's the laws of the universe.
I like that.
You can't change it.
I like that.
But if I'm passing the mirror around, then I have to reflect what you're showing to me.
This is good. This is good. Another quote that you put up that I really like says, "Don't chase people. Be an example. Attract them. Work hard and be yourself. The people who belong in your life will find you and stay." And that's just something that I think is important, because even myself, I've put so much energy and investment into other people more than myself, and then that person lets me down, or my expectations, are not met. And it's like, I'm giving that person too much control. And it's just like, whoever is meant to be there for you and in your life at that moment, that time, it's gonna be. Don't feel like you have to overcompensate or do so much to have people in your life or whatever, but kind of just let's speak on that.
Ooh, that's touchy. You know what I mean? Because we all just want to be loved. Everybody wants to be loved. And another sickness has hit our community, queen, that we can do it by ourselves. We don't need a man. I'm an independent woman. I say it all the time. I don't need you, but I want you. That's true. Oh, I want you. You know what I mean? Like just to build with your friend, someone to come home and share all these struggles with, that is your confidant. You know what I mean? That's actually your friend, that I can trust you with my whole heart. right? Not just pieces of it.
Right.
And so that's removing these conditions that people use on unconditional, right? Conditions are things that are already predetermined for me. I'm supposed to be mad at you because you did this to me because somebody else told me that. But what if I'm not mad at you? What if I love you so much and see you through rose-colored glasses? There's nothing in this world that you can do to make me mad at you because I love you and you made me feel so good with no action. Just spirit. Have you ever had somebody come in and your hair stand up? Or you get a text message, you can't help but smile because they lift you. It's nothing that they ever done. You can't even point a finger at. I remember when they did this or took me to this fancy restaurant. I done been to some of the fanciest restaurants and they made me feel like shit.
No cussing.
Sorry.
I'll bleep that out later.
Okay, I'm sorry. But I mean, we've all experienced it, right?
Yeah.
But then you go and you're just hanging out with a friend, right? And then this friend is just themselves, no mask, no mirrors. And then you find yourself like in this energy of love, 500 megahertz, you're just there. Like they just make you feel better. And then you want to eat them all the time and have them all the time. And they're like, hold on, I got a life of my own, lady. Like, you got things to do, I got things to do. But then I posted that because I had to remind myself, don't chase. If God's already shared something with us, we know they haven't yet shared it with them yet. So of course you're the scary lady, like, get away.
This is good. I'm like you're getting a little purple. Like
No.
I'm just kidding. Like you were very serious about it. That's real though. That's real. It's just like sometimes people can't help the way you feel. And just like you said, hey, it has to draw you back. Like let me control this.
So I'm sure you experienced it. Have you know that good piece of pie? You take a bite of your grandmother's blackberry cobbler or something, right? And it's so good. You know you're not supposed to eat the whole pie, but you just keep wanting it because it's so good to you, right? Well, people in relationships turn out to be that same way. You know what I mean? And it's not like we're lacking. It's just that once you taste something that tastes good, you don't want to go back to the off-brands anymore, right? You can't cheat yourself no more at this point. Everything at this point moving on. We can't chase them, but we have to be that example, right? We have to work hard and build ourselves, love now anyhow. The alchemy of me being a better me right now, allowing you to be a better you right now, because when these energies join in, we're a better us right now, and then the better us right now goes to the better we, earth, us. Now we're all better because we can choose to feel better. We're no longer bound by the chains on our brains of someone else writing a book, telling a story, singing a song, saying what you're supposed to feel like if this happens. What if I don't feel like that, Latrice?
What if I don't feel like
Are we alien?
Right.
Are we not human?
You're allowed to feel. And that's another thing. People really need to take the time to think for yourself, feel for yourself. Nobody can control what you should be going through. And I feel like society puts these boxes on people's minds and people's values and their perspectives that makes you feel like you have to respond in this certain type of way. But who said you did? And that just really goes to like, be you. Live your freedom. Free yourself. Free your mind. Don't restrict yourself so much by what other people think, other people feel you should do, what society thinks, what society thinks you should do. And speaking on that, and that was very deep, Miss Freedom, that's why I'm so thankful you're here. The next quote that I really love, it says, you have to understand most people are not ready to be unplugged, and many of them are so incurred, so hopelessly dependent on the system that they will fight to protect it. And let me just say, that was from Morpheus from The Matrix, and this is CE Revolution that we're getting these quotes from just to get them on there. So that was deep right there. I feel like we are plugged into the Matrix. People can't stay off their phone, off the TV, off of gossip, whatever. All these distractions, distracting you from living your life peacefully, happy. Like, go run on the beach. Go hiking. Yes. Go, something.
Yes.
So what do you think about that quote? Let's get into that.
You know what I think, Trace. You know what I think, Sister Girl. You know what I think already. Remove the chains on the brains. That's the bottom line of everything that comes in. You know what I mean? No one else gets to dictate who and what you are. We get to do that. They don't get that power. And we, without getting into any of the major things that usually bothers us, politics, religions, things like that. But if we look at anything that's defining here, you know what I mean? Everything brings definition of separation. You know what I mean? Everything's separated. Man, woman, black, white, short, fat, tall, skinny, whatever the case may be. Everything's separate, When we can remove the defining lines, when we can take off the choke holds, right? The collars, the muzzles. So remove all these things that was put into us that created what someone else thought was ladylike, or what somebody else described as being a real man, right? I love a man to wash dishes. To me, that's good living. right. But most have been taught to take out the trash and let your sister wash the dishes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Remember those rules? So we have got to get into this wholeness and unplug from what society tells us is normal. Who's normal? What's normal? And then when we get there, who makes the rules? And who were you to be able to make that rule? And what happened in your life that you made the rule, that it made you feel like, what are these really, really defining lines, these deep secrets that we keep from ourselves? You know what I mean? That's the healing, going in to feel your way out. There's no way up except down. You know what I mean? So there's no way out except in. You gotta go in the inside. Figure out what's happening inside of here. Why is my heart hurt? Why my stomach hurt? Why can't? Those are emotions, energy, who we are. We're energy, so nothing else matters. We're not matters.
Oh my gosh, Miss Freedom, thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Thank you for having me.
For just blessing us with your wisdom, your inspiration, your knowledge, your great energy, and that's our goal, here at the Let's Talk Life shows. We want to help people to become their best, to find what it is that is going to make them happy in life. And I just want to let everybody know how they can reach you. So
thank you for having me, sis. Thank you, Queen. Most definitely. Essentially free on IG, Freedom of You on all other social platforms. YouTube, Freedom of You, motivational speaker, meditation teacher, and alchemy reliever.
Amen. Well, this was amazing. You guys, thanks so much for tuning in to this week's episode of Let's Talk Life with Leticia Latrice, the Princess of Phoenix, here at RadioPhoenix.org. We'll be back next week. And thanks so much, guys. Bye.
Bye. Ooh. Girl,